Okay, this is for CompTia Network Plus questionnaire modules. So we're gonna discuss all the possible questions that could be in the scenario. So without any delay, let's get started. You have been asked to implement a wireless network in a shared office building in a signal-rich environment. A wireless scan of the environment on your target floor shows you that the 5 gigahertz frequencies are not widely used in that building. Which of the following 802.11 Wi-Fi technology should you choose in this scenario? Choose for 1102.11 AX, B, AC, G, A, N. So the correct answer would be, what I can think of is 11 AC, 11 N, 11 AX, and 11A. Just because the high speed and the flexible environment and then widely used, these four are the network that basically gets widely used. Okay. Next. So while designing your network architecture, you decide to configure multiple VLANs to a router within your network. You're aware that having multiple VLANs on a single router will not be feasible to manage. What should you do to help mitigate this problem? First, implement spanning tree protocol. Second, implement a dual stack setup. Third, implement sub interfaces on your routers. Fourth, implement the stateless address auto configuration technique. What I can think of is it's gonna be number is implement the stateless auto configuration. No, I think it's gonna be implement sub interfaces on your router, but we'll find out at the end. Next, which of the following factor is crucial for maintaining optimal airflow and preventing networking equipment from overheating in a data center? Okay, so I think let me read the question again. So which of the following factors is crucial for maintaining optimal airflow and preventing networking equipment from overheating in a data center? First, patch panel cabling. Second, MDF locations. Third, port side exhaust / intake. Fourth, rack size. I think it's gonna be the what can it be? I think it's port side exhaust. Yeah, because it refers to how airflow through the network equipment. Yeah, so port side exhaust. Next, so your administrator, right? So you administer a network for your company that has 3 subnets. The network configured as depicted in the following exhibit. So there's subnet A, unit 1, subnet B, unit 2, subnet C, unit 3. These are the IP addresses. These are the IP addresses of the server. These are the IP addresses of the server B. These are the IP address of the server C, which is a DNS. So now, question. You recently installed a computer named Unit 1 on the network and configured it with the IP address 200.10.1.2/24. The user on Unit 1 reports that she cannot use domain name system to contact any computers in the network. So the user also reports that she can contact other computers on the 200.10.1.0/24. So here 24 means um, they got three different category of subnet, which is 8, 8, 8, that's 24, and 0, that's 0. So if you know subnetting, then you probably would know. If you want to check out the subnetting, then go to different subnet videos in YouTube. You would be able to understand how that works. Right, so but not only host on the 200.10.2.0/24 subnets or the 200.10.3.0/24 subnet. You review the TCP/IP settings on Unit 1 and discover that a default gateway address is not configured. You want to configure a default gateway address on Unit 1 so that the user can connect to the DNS server and to computers on the other subnets in the network. Which address should you configure as the default gateway address? 200.10.2.0/24, 200.10.1.0/24, 200.10.2.1/24, 200.10.3.1/24, 200.10.1.1/24, 210.2.2.24, 210.3.3.24. So I think the problem here is because she's reviewing the TCP/IP, and host, and the problem was in that. So report that she can do this. I think the answer possibly be 210.1 to 210. Yeah, I believe the answer is that one. The 210.1/24. Yeah, we'll check out afterwards. Which of these vulnerabilities? A second. Which of these vulnerabilities often associated with the cloud computing? Outdated firmware, end-of-life hardware, legacy applications, resource reuse. I think which of these vulnerabilities is often associated with the cloud computing? It's gonna be resource reuse. Yeah. As a network administrator, you decide to replace a hub on your network with an active hub. At which OSI layer does the network device function? Transport, session, network, and physical. Which one of this device operates in which layer of the OSI? I think it's gonna be as this network replaces hub, there's gonna be it's not gonna be transport, it's not gonna be session. The device is always in physical layer. Okay, next one. Your company periodically exchanges confidential information with third party by a single server at each company. Management has recently become concerned that communication between the two servers have been intercepted and read. You have been asked to ensure that message between the two authenticated computers are encrypted to prevent attackers from reading the messages. Which protocol should you use? UDP, DNS, TFTP, TLS. Okay, so encryption. Here we're talking about encryption. I think for me the answer is TLS. TLS basically does the encryption for the security. So we'll stick with TLS. Okay. So while working as an IT technician, you receive multiple complaints of network outages occurring. After investigating, you conclude that there are incomplete files resulting in mismatching data values. Which type of interface error has occurred here? One, an encapsulation error. Two, a giant error. Three, a runt error. And fourth, a CRC error. Okay, so multiple complaints of the network occurring after investigation file. So what I can think here happened, it's an encapsulation error because um, the symptoms that we can see are basically encapsulation error. So encapsulation is basically packets are not correctly wrapped with proper headers or trailers. So yeah, I think that's just the correct answer, but we'll find out soon. Customer. Okay, number 10. A customer has asked you to deploy a solution based on port numbers that allows multiple computers to share a single IP address. While addressing technology, should you, which, sorry. So a customer has asked you to deploy a solution based on port numbers that allows multiple computers to share a single IP address. Which addressing technology should I use? And single IP address. So DHCP is the answer because DHCP are the one who assigns IP addresses. Okay, that's all for today.